Anthropic to make out that it's quite so powerful, and actually it's not doing all that much new than was already out there, or indeed it's just more a compute issue than actual sheer terror as to why they put it into the hands of a small amount of players. Articulate just how powerful this is.
Well, I think the capabilities that are explained in the Mythos release are quite good, and they're definitely an advancement. The frontier is certainly moving. And yes, some of those capabilities can be achieved with other models out there, perhaps through a more complicated workflow. But what we're seeing here is a general advancement in the ability of AI to really play a powerful force in the cybersecurity space. And so I would put less emphasis specifically on this release of Mythos, but really acknowledge that the frontier is moving, and it's moving much more quickly than security teams are able to keep up.
And that frontier is being moved by other players as well. And we know that OpenAI has been trying to work with the cyber community as well. I mean, we had Fortalice join the show last week. And their idea is, look, smaller companies should be able to have access to Mythos, to be able to drive forward this vision to make sure we're safe. Is that something HackerOne wants? Would you like to be on this small amount of groups who are out there testing vulnerabilities?
Well, certainly we would like to have access to this. Now, I recognize the risk equation that Anthropic has taken here in terms of a smaller release to a limited number of organizations. But look at HackerOne, for example. Last week alone, we automatically validated 4,000 vulnerabilities that came in through our various vulnerability discovery programs. And that kind of capability in Mythos that would help us supercharge our validation capabilities would be greatly appreciated.
The access to Mythos is clearly being closely controlled. It seems strange to not bring up the war in Iran and the competence that Iran has as a cyber bad actor. You know, put two and two together. What is the likelihood that a malicious actor from Iran or elsewhere would have access to that level of technology and pose a threat, therefore?
I'll put it this way, Ed. I think this year in 2026, civilians, businesses, and organizations are markedly less safe than we were just even last year from a cybersecurity perspective. We now have much more capable AI models. Those models are rapidly proliferating, even if Mythos itself is still within limited release. And we now have, a number of sophisticated threat actors that can put those capabilities to use. And we're seeing an increasing number of breaches and supply chain issues across the open source ecosystem and across corporations.
Kara, it's been great having your expertise today. Thank you, Kara Strigg, CEO of HackerOne. Now, let's stick with Anthropic, its power, and also as investors weigh the powerful private market valuations across all of AI.